Hi, this is Les Fox. I'm up at the Christian Healthcare Center in Wyckoff. I've been a resident of Wyckoff for over 30 years, and I'm just making a little video of how nice it looks up here at the Christian Healthcare Center. This is called the Heritage Manor East. It's kind of at the highest point in the Christian Healthcare Center, and if I can get around here for a minute, you see it's pretty crowded up here. There's actually lots and lots of vehicles here. In fact, there's not really much parking at all. But as you can see, this is a spectacular distant view from up here at the top of the hill, and we're up on a mountain. And I'm making this video because I'm going to walk over to in a minute now to where the 20 acres are that are going to be, or planned to be, or proposed to be developed into the Vista, which is a 258-acre senior residential community, and just want people to know what this land looks like now, because as you can see, there's a lot of trees here, and it's a very steep drop off of this hill. I'm going to actually walk into this property, take a look at how many trees are here, and take a look at I don't know how that's coming out in the video, but you can see there's really a very, very steep drop here, and I'm going to pan around a little bit, and you can see that there's thousands of trees, and I don't know exactly how the layout of the Vista configures, but I think this is pretty much the general area of where it's going to go, and there's supposed to be some type of a buffer here. But obviously all or most of these trees will be coming down, because they say that there will be 22,200 trees coming down. And I just wanted my friends and neighbors in Wyckoff just to know what it looks like here now, because there is some concern on the part of many people in Wyckoff that boy, look at how beautiful it is up here. I mean, it's all nice natural woods, and I don't know whether you can ever expect these woods to stay the same, but certainly there's going to be a major disturbance from tearing all the trees down and doing construction. And I'm noticing over here that there's a sort of a riverbed of some type, and you could see that gets furrowed out, if that's the right word, from heavy rains. And you can see this is about 3 or 4 feet deep, so you can get an idea of how much water must come through here. And there's a couple of other riverbeds like that as well. And also, as we walk through here, you can see that this area is not very far from residential housing. I believe the houses we're looking at now are probably houses in Hawthorne, and which is part of the land that would be developed into the Vista is Hawthorne property. And if we look out this way, you can see, I think those are the townhouses on Cedar Hill that are across the street. And now I'm going to walk around over here again. And it's quite steep here. I have to be careful. There's a lot of grades in the terrain. And but I just want to take a walk for a little distance here, just to give you some idea of how big this area is, what will be affected. And this land is currently zoned in what Wyckoff calls the RA25 zone. That means residential houses on 2/3 of an acre. So our guess is something like maybe 35 homes could be built in this area, subject to putting in the proper roads and the proper drainage and septic or sewer, whatever has to be done here. But there's certainly a big difference between 35, boy, I'm a little out of breath from walking up these hills. There's certainly a big difference from 35 single-family homes and 258 apartments, along with some type of a supermarket or a convenience store, and retail shops and underground parking and a lot of roadways, and a lot of things are different about residential development. I mean, single family homes compared to a building, which in this case, the proposed one single very, very large building that will be built in here is something like 600,000 square feet, where the Wyckoff YMCA is around 60,000, is 100,000 square feet. So that building would be 6 times the size of the Wyckoff YMCA. We're now getting to the edge of the property. And again, as you can see, there's some deep furrowing here from when water runs through. And the developer says that this can be controlled with underground piping and a big retention basin that's supposed to be the size of a football field. And I don't know exactly where that water would all go. I think this is Emerald Drive here that goes down to Sycamore. And again, look at the beautiful distant view. So whoever lives up here really has a nice view. But I'm going to keep walking uphill. I'm actually walking right now, I think, east or southeast toward the Hawthorne area, away from Wyckoff. And honestly, I don't know how much of this land that I'm walking in is Wyckoff and how much of it is Hawthorne. It's kind of hard to tell, but let me just pan around here again for perspective to just show you. I have not walked in the same place twice. I've been walking, first I walked around in a circle, and now I'm walking uphill. And so this is just really, really big. This is, I don't know where the 20 acres begins and ends, and I'm noticing now, in order to get back closer to the Christian Healthcare Center, because we're over by the houses in Hawthorne now. Wow, here's another spectacular distant view toward the city. Okay, now I can walk underneath this tree here. There's kind of a path here. And quite interesting. I guess a lot of these trees came down with that snowstorm that we had, that late October, early winter snowstorm. I think it was on October 30th or 31st of 2011. Today is Friday, February 10th, 2012. And over here, as you can see, there's more facilities of the existing Christian Healthcare Center, which does wonderful work. And the people that have some concerns about what might happen with this 20 acres, of course, don't have any doubt that what's currently being done on the 60-acre campus of the Christian Healthcare Center, also known as the CHCC, is just wonderful humanitarian things for older people and sick people and children, and it's just really a nice thing that they've done. But the question is whether it's the right thing to build a building that is, like I said, 6 times as large as the YMCA, possibly, according to my calculations, bigger than Yankee Stadium, twice the size of the Roman Coliseum. I mean, you could see there's a lot of room in here. You can put something really, really big in here, but should you put something that big in the town of Wyckoff, where it's going to create traffic and there's going to be a new traffic light and a lot of disturbances, a lot of land up here? And okay, there's the Christian Healthcare Center, and now we're going uphill again, and this is more, like I said, I don't know exactly where the parameters are, but it's my belief that everything I'm walking on is part of the 22 acres that the CHCC plans to develop into the new Vista community. And it's also my understanding that the new Vista community will be along the lines of luxury apartments for senior citizens, for people over 65. And I don't have any objection to that, and I don't think anybody in Wyckoff has an objection, theoretically, to providing housing for older people. But it's not, I don't think any of this housing is going to be assisted living or nursing facilities, although once they build 258 units of independent living, it's very possible that they will need additional assisted living and nursing facilities, and they may very well decide that there's some other zoning changes and a lot of more variances. I think they need 13 variances to do what they want to do in here, to build these 3-story buildings that will be 49 feet tall, compared to all residents in Wyckoff can build houses up to 35 feet tall. So they'd be building at least 14 units that are 14 feet above the current zoning code. And because those buildings will be on an angle on a sloping hill, it may appear that those buildings may appear to be as tall as 75 or 80 feet. And I don't know what the official definition of height is, but that's how it will certainly look from some angles, even if it's only 49 feet. And 49 feet is still 15 feet taller than what the code permits. Now again, I've been walking for a good 5 minutes. Well, it's pretty steep up here. I'm a good hiker, but I'm a little out of breath because I keep speaking as I'm walking uphill, and I'm not taking enough breaths because I'm trying to give everyone information about what I'm seeing here. And of course now it's February, so there's no leaves on the trees. And that's another Christian healthcare building in the distance there. I'm not really sure what that is. That might be the children's retreat. There's a nice school for children up here. But again, it's my understanding that that's not what's going to be built on these 20 acres, although eventually, as I said, if the Christian Healthcare Center is allowed to build something that doesn't conform to the current zoning code and doesn't meet the current height and distance requirements, they can ask for further changes in the future to build more things. And it's just nice that Wyckoff is still as rural and as woodsy as it is. And just my 2 cents, just wondering that once the light is put in, once the traffic light is put in at the intersection of Cedar Hill and Sycamore, and that will be because that's where the new proposed entrance will be. I'm wondering if it becomes very difficult to get in and out of the old, what they call, people around here call the old market basket, which I have on another video on YouTube if you want to take a look. And oh my gosh, there goes some deer. There goes a white-tailed deer in the woods. Let me see if I can get a video of him. I just saw it. You might want to play this video back a little bit. There he goes. Let me see if I can. Oh my gosh, where is he? There he goes. Look at that. There's a lot of animals that live up here. I understand that there's foxes. You see the deer. And I don't know where all these animals are going to go. I guess they'll go somewhere. I was here the other day and I saw 10 or 15 deer congregating around one of the buildings, which was quite nice. Oh, but the point I was trying to make is, if the old market basket and the Luke Oil gas station, which is also known as Archie's, if that becomes somewhat inaccessible, I'm wondering if the houses that run along Sycamore Avenue heading down Goffle Road toward Hawthorne, I'm wondering if the Christian Healthcare Center might not decide that maybe those houses should come down. Maybe there should be a nice little shopping center over there. There's probably at least 5 acres, and it's very possible that once you start changing the zoning, they'll say we need to build some additional shopping here, as well as additional assisted living and nursing care. But in the meanwhile, as you can see, look at these woods. I mean, you know, this is what people call God's country, Mother Nature, what have you. And, you know, you can't always keep nature perfect. I mean, things eventually get built, often get built on a beautiful natural wooded property. And I'm still walking uphill. The entire time I've been making this video, I have been walking uphill. So, you know, I'd like to see it stay this way. I don't know what will be changed, but I certainly don't think that most people in Wyckoff would like to see another shopping center instead of some houses along Sycamore. And that's possibly the reason why they want to build the entrance to the new Vista development at the intersection of Cedar Hill and Sycamore, because, you know, if that winds up requiring a new shopping center, then maybe that would have to happen. I mean, I personally think that the existing entrance could be widened, or maybe an entrance could be put in 500 or 600 feet heading downhill on Sycamore or Goffle Road. But it's possible that one of the reasons they're going to build that entrance is because they do have plans to put in a new shopping center. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Maybe that's not the case, maybe it is the case. A lot of questions to be asked, and I think that's really the reason I made this video, and that's really the reason that Wyckoff residents, whoa, there's some more deer, hold on. Okay, wait a minute, I gotta zoom in on these deer, because this is pretty cool. Where'd they go? Oh my God, one of them is big and has antlers, and probably, and maybe you shouldn't go so close to these guys. But look at them, wow. Look at these deer, look at them running. That's pretty cool, huh? I don't know if I got a video with the one with the antlers, but that was a nice group of deer. And, well, there's lots of deer up here, that's for sure. Did you see the deer with the antlers? That was pretty cool. And again, beautiful view of the city. Now I'm sure I'm well into the Hawthorne area now. And I'm still walking uphill. I have not covered the same ground twice. This is, as you can see, a big area. It could fit a building the size of Yankee Stadium in here. That doesn't mean it should fit a building that big, but it certainly could. You can see how gigantic it is up here. But there's going to be roadways. And again, the testimony is my understanding that the testimony before the Wyckoff Zoning Board is that over 2,200 trees are going to be taken down up here. And I think that probably includes all or most of the trees that you've seen as I've been walking around making this video. I don't have too much farther to go, thank goodness, because I may be checking into the Christian Healthcare Center for medical attention. No, I'm kidding. I'm in pretty good shape. I just seem to be out of breath, but I'm okay. And I'm getting up to the top of the hill now. Let me turn around again and give you a panoramic view of the woods. This is a panoramic view of part of the 20 acres, 19 or 20 acres of property that's located in Wyckoff and Hawthorne, New Jersey, that is proposed to become the new senior luxury residential development that the Christian Healthcare Center, the CHCC, calls the Vista. And March 12th, 2012, 7:30 p.m. is the next Wyckoff Zoning Board hearing. And I hope that everyone who watches this video, I hope that hundreds, if not more, residents of Wyckoff will come to that hearing, because it is important for the future of your town, whichever side of the issue you're on. If you think that it's a great idea to take down these 2,200 trees and build senior housing, that's your opinion. If you feel the other way, that this wood should be preserved, or preserved as best as possible. And now we've come to some more housing, by the way. Whichever side of the issue you're on, you should come to that hearing. It's at the Wyckoff Town Hall on March 12th, 2012, 7:30 p.m. It's upstairs in the courtroom above where you pay your taxes. And, you know, like I said, if you care about the future of this town, it'd be a good idea to come to that meeting and hear what the experts say, hear the questions that the zoning board members ask. People are allowed to ask questions. You're allowed to step up and identify yourself and ask questions and express your opinions as it relates to zoning and the proper use of this land and the future of Wyckoff and development. And if you live around here, and I've lived around here for over 30 years, this should all be important to you. And preserving this land there isn't all that much land left in Wyckoff. There is about 25, 27 acres over on the other side of town that's very well known and wonderful location in Wyckoff known as Adams Farm. It's been in that family for, oh gosh, I don't know, 50 years, 100 years. I'm not sure how long, but long time. And some people are concerned that if a big development happens here, it could happen there. By the way, there could also be a big water tower put in somewhere up here because there's a need for it to service this new building if it gets built. And that kind of thing can happen even if you don't live in the Sycamac section. This whole area over here on the Wyckoff part of it anyway is known as the Sycamac section of Wyckoff. And even if you don't live near Sycamac, the construction traffic and the closed roads and all the changes that could take place. Let me pan them around again so you can see just how big this woods is. And it would be nice if it wasn't all going to